Now, what I'm going to demonstrate to y'all out there in video land is the same type of haircut, but different type of hair. All even one level haircut. Basic is all the same. So when you get another style, another type of hair, it's nothing. The styles of cutting don't change at all. It's just the guards is going to change. The length of guards you use, the measurements. That's all. So I'm going to get him 20-something years, got the license to show for it. The man, the myth, the legend, Big Van. You know what I'm talking about? Big Van. You're going to hear a lot about my name. I'm taking his hair down dark. I'm going to keep it dark, all even one level haircut. Only thing that's going to be different is certain little things that I'm going to tell you that's going to be different to achieve that style, but you'll catch on. Alright? I'm going to use a larger guard than the one I used on the first haircut. Alright? It's a little bit more coarse hair. Alright? Coarse hair, you can use a closer, smaller guard. And what guards are these attachments that go into your clippers. I'm going to use a higher guard. Anytime you have fine hair, if you don't use the same length, same measurement on coarse hair, because see, this hair comes off much easier. You know what I'm saying? And it's not so much matted to his head. You know what I'm saying? So you have to use a closer guard for coarse hair because it's more matted to the head. But use a larger guard for fine hair. All right. Now for the first coarse hair, I use this guard. Now I'm going to step up on this. All right. Now he want his dark too. All right, all even dark, one level haircut. So that means I had to go up. And you see, this is a smaller one I used for the first hairstyle. All right, against the grain. Now I'm gonna go against the grain with the larger hair guard on his hair. All right, and I smoothed it out with this for the first hair dip. Okay, so it's gonna be, the measurements are gonna change, but you're achieving the same style of cut. All right, I will proceed. Yes, indeed. Going against the grain. Okay? And you see it's coming off, and you don't want it too light. Like I say, you still want it dark. You don't want them cut them bald. You don't want to cut them too close. All right. Still try to achieve what you gotta achieve. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, depending on the type of hair you got, your clippers sometimes will act like they want to cut, but you make them cut. They're cut. Sometimes it's because the hair is either tangled or something. You understand what I'm saying? Or they need to be oiled. So oil, you just oil, keep your clippers oiled. Oil not gonna harm his hair. It make the blades move a little faster too. Sometimes clippers get dried out. Two pieces of metal rubbing together. Alright, all even hairstyle. Trying to achieve that on his hair. His hair gonna stick up in so many different places because it's more of a lighter hair, fine hair. Always stick up. You know, he can spike this if he wanted. If he wanted to do some glue or something, some gel, he can actually have spiky hair. But he don't want the spiky look. So we're cutting it all even. And we're gonna line him up. Same methods. Like I say, I went a little slower in the last haircut to show you the steps. Now I might be going a little bit faster because by this one you should have caught on somewhat. I'm still going to explain some things that's needed to learn, to know. All right. Always keep a comb in your hand. All right. Go over that head till all the hair is even over the whole head. Okay. Okay. Make sure everything is even on his head. Everything that's sticking up. I got most of the bulk of his hair off. All right. I'm combing away the debris. All right. Trying to smooth all those split ends out. I don't want nothing sticking up his head, protruding out of his hair. That's not right. That don't look even. You understand what I'm saying, America? Ladies and gents. Now I'm going to switch guards. I'm going to go frontwards on his hair. And you got to be careful. I'm going to step down from the one that I was just using to take it off. I took it off with this. Now I'm going frontwards with this. Try to smooth it out. All right? Start higher. And if you need to drop down lower, go lower. But you don't know how much hair this is going to take off. So don't want to go lower than this. I would just want to step down. All right, so it can smooth. Now you can't leave his hair like that. As a barber, you have to smooth that out as much as you can. Now, there's many ways you can do it. You can spray water on it and blow dry it and comb it in the way that you're gonna style it so that everything is laid. So that heat will lay it down, and then you can shape it up real nice. But you want to go in the direction that his pattern of his hair is going. Just move all those hairs that's sticking out of his head up as much as you possibly can. Try to make it as even as possible. As even as possible. Alright. It's like I say, his hair might be of course his hair is a lot different than the last gentleman that I cut. But hold your head down, sir. Thank you, sir. Now as you see, a shag. He has a shag. We're gonna lighten all that out. We're gonna feather it out lightly. Feather it. Alright, same guard going against the grain. Same guard that I'm going up with, okay? Now I'm smoothing his hair out with. I'm going up with, okay? Just want to take that shag out the back of his head. So nobody laughing at him. And he walking around. Basically, that's it. You know, just a little small. Just taper so they can see the line, so you can see the line up real tight. You want to open everything up. Close it. I went like this, closing it. And take much off. I just took a little bit off. All right. I don't want to do much. Take much hair off. I'm just trying to get that shag out the bottom of his head. All right. I closed it. Open it. Take less off. Closing it. Take more off. Okay. Alright. Now what you want to do, you see this behind, all around his ear? That's crazy. Look at that. Now, it's a technique. I close it and I lightly go, flip it up. Alright, don't go hard into his hair. Just flip it up. Go around that ear a little bit with the same guard. Alright, because you're smoothing that hair out. Alright. Alright, you're going to smooth the curtain, that flare. Like feather the corner out, same way, because you want that line up to show. All right. Same method, just using two different guards. Smoothing the hair out and everything. You understand what I mean? Look at that. See, I'm lightening that up so when I shape them up, you can see the line up real crisp. That's what you want, real tight line up. You want that line up to be seen. You don't want to do a line up of somebody's head. And you just lighten up on the corners a little bit. Now in the front. Go against the grain a little bit, all right? With the other guard. Now I can't go against the grain on top with this guard because I went against the grain with a bigger guard. So I'm using a smaller guard, step down to go against the grain on the corners, on the back, around his ear. When you don't want an afro around his ear. And it's all even hairstyle. So everything has to be even in one level. Just keep that in mind. You want to have, if you overview his head, you want to have darker patches and lighter patches. Something is definitely wrong. We spin them around, All right. I'm gonna flick up, feather it up. Feather it up. This front head, like I see, he got this Pee Wee Herman thing going on right here. You see that? Oh my God, look at that. The last guy had Elvis Presley sideburns. This guy got a Pee Wee Herman going on. I'm not feeling that, barber world. All right. Feather everything out. Just feather everything out. There you go. The corners behind. Look, pull his ear down. He got some big ears. Look at that. Look at that. Pull his ear down. All right. Because if I don't pull his ear down, look at that. His ears are bigger than the last gentleman's. I'm gonna pull his ear down and feather that out. Protect his ear. When it comes down on the back of his ear, you cut him. Very sensitive area. Hit the corners, lighten them up, feather them up. Boom, boom. All right, open it up. I closed them and went around the ear. Closed them, went around the ear. Look, comb that out. Comb that out. Comb that out. And went around the ear. All right. Feather this out. You're giving him an all even one level haircut. All right. But you can't have, when you give this gentleman a lineup, when you give him a tight lineup, you want that lineup to say blah, right in your face. If the lineup, if you give this guy a shape up and it's not blah, right in your face, something wrong with that lineup. He has to have a tight lineup on his hair, and we're gonna make sure he do. You want to feather out the corners. Just make sure they looking tight. Like make sure they, when afro is not protruding over his line. All right. All right. Now, as you see, his hair is just sticking all over everywhere. All right. Now, if I'm doing freehand, you go around and try to even some of the darkest spots that you might feel that's dark. Even them out. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop down to that lesser guard, that smaller guard from this to this. I'm going to hit the corners lightly with that, all right? Because I'm not satisfied with his in the corners here. Pull it down, sir. There you go. All right, let's make sure that, you know, if I open it up all the way, I'm getting the same feel with the other guard closed. Same feel. I'm gonna close this a little bit. Get a little closer thing going on here. All right. I'll feather him out a little bit. Same feel of with that guard, but see that guard, the bigger guard, if I close this, like I said, to me, it takes off the same amount of hair that's this guard right here. Take off the same amount of hair as this open. And if I have closer guy, they just take off a little closer. Sometimes you need an inch closer, a centimeter closer, to just have it look so it can look tight. Pull his ear down, go around his ear. Now sometimes you can go around his ear with the corner here. Like you want to go around and just lighten this part of his ear, like well it's not, the hair is not crazy. You got this big right? Mm-hmm. The corner. I'm not touching the hair with this, I'm touching it with the corner around his ear. Boom. That's it. Around the ear. Just taking some of that hair off. Bam. And you do it the same way around here. Alright? Boom. The corner. Lift it off from the hair. Hold the ear down and hit it with the corner. Take some of that bulk out. You understand what I'm saying? On the line of his head. So when you shape him up, you want that line to stand out. Alright? Bam. That's it right there. His hair's just sticking everywhere. This is a little trick. When you have straight hair and it's sticking everywhere, you don't went over it and you're sure that it's pretty much even. When you did everything I said against the grain, going forward with it to even it out, spray it down with water. Spray it down with water. Take your dryer, your blow dryer, hot heat, but watch how you burn them. Don't burn them. Get a comb, or I like to use a hard brush, coarse brush, and brush it with the same, while using the heat. Brush it in the style that you want. It's going to lay the hair down so that it's easy. It's a lot more easier to manage it to as far as lining him up and seeing what's even and what's not even. Let's keep the heat on there and keep brushing it. It's wet now because I just squirted it down with some water. All right, but it's gonna the heat and me brushing it in the desired style that I want to style his hair in. It's gonna lay all the uneven hairs down, so everything is gonna look even. Yeah, beautiful. Like I said, when you're dealing with straight hair, a lot of times the only way it's going to lay down if it's real short. But, you know, the only way it's going to lay down perfectly, like his, like the last guy I cut, is if it's real short, real close to his hair. But because he wants to leave it dark, and he don't want it real short, it's going to still stick up a little bit, but not much. You can't help that, but as long as it's even, you're fine. All right? And just go over again, lightly with the clippers, and I'm using the Smart Guard open. I might close it a little bit, but you have to be careful what you're doing here, or you give them a bald spot. Let's go with the grain. It's gonna lay it down. Take some of them split ends off. You got a little Pee Wee Herman in the front. Watch that, because there's a callus there. Always watch those callus. You cut those callus the wrong way, maybe you got a bald spot in this area. Sometimes you can't help it. But some callus remain in the hair until you cut it off, cut it down low. And some remain in the hair. The higher the hair, sometimes you can't see the callus. And sometimes, no matter how high it is, you see the callus. But just going over, making sure I'm like looking at the split ends, making sure his hair has to be even. Has to be even. All right. Boom. Now, what you want to do? You always clean your clippers, man. You know what I'm saying? Always brush them, clean them up. I always like to use a toothbrush because it's easy to handle. All right. Now I'm gonna spray them down. Spray the clippers down. Same clippers I used on the last guy. You want to clean them. Clipper side. Never let me down. I'm gonna line him up. Boom. This is what you got. Now we're gonna line him up, okay? Now he's gonna get a different back than the last guy. He's gonna get a square back. We're gonna same method, and we're gonna give him a square back, and we're gonna give him probably a short point here in the front. It's called a short point, all right? Something that bring it down right here. You want short points or squares?
Short points.
Short points. All right? Follow along with me. All right, we'll start here. Go around his ear from the bottom to around his ear. Clean that hair up. Make sure it looks real sharp. You okay? You okay, Bryce?
Yeah.
Okay. You look real sharp. Look at that. Gotta be crisp. Gotta be tight and gotta be crisp. That's the difference. That side. That side. Crisp. Now I'm gonna go around his ear as if we did the other one. Now you see where it's starting at? We're gonna go around his ear. Keep it low. Don't bring his ear line way up here, please. Please don't do that. Don't start here and just here. That's crazy. Keep it right here, natural. Come around, come around, come around. Bam. And we're gonna run that down here, okay? Short point. See this point right here? Zoom in that on there. See that natural point right here? I ain't even cut that yet. But you see where we're gonna come around, we're gonna point it right here. All right, stop it right here, bam, bam. And then we're gonna come around here and line them up and bring that down here, all right? So I'm telling you, you're gonna keep it right here, bam. We're gonna go around here, bam. All right, and bring everything right here, bam. Watch the magic to looking like the man. You okay? Going around your ear. Ain't gonna take much. Ain't cutting you. Ain't hurting you. Boom. Use them points, man. Use them corners. Y'all cutting ain't using them corners to go around that ear. Look at that. Alright? I ain't even finished. And it's looking tight already. Looking tight already. That's what I'm talking about. Hold still, soldier. You alright. I ain't hurting you. Sometimes you get a patient that a client that want to move. Patient. Like I'm operating. I'm really operating on him. For real though. The surgeon. I'm operating on this guy. See this woof? This guy's woofing, man. I don't know where he talking about. He go to I don't know where he go at. Stop woofing, man. But I told him, I said, I'm gonna give you a brand new makeover. That's all. Alright. He said he want them short, what they call short points. They call it short points. The last guy gave him long points. Alright.